Let's see. Are we on? We're here. Is this thing working? I think I'm on the air. How is it going, everybody? Welcome to Black Friday, the 29th of November, 2024. How you doing? It's your buddy, Uncle Bruce. Stock Markets with Bruce. I hope you're having a wonderful holiday if you're in America. And those of you who are not in America, I hope you enjoyed the football games yesterday. And you relaxed. I know a lot of Canadians did not work yesterday. I can guarantee you they celebrate Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving and the American Thanksgiving by not working. And they're not working today either. There are Canadians up here who are going, I'm not working today. What am I, nuts? I'm taking a day off. I'm going Black Friday shopping because in Canada it's Black Friday too. We're all into it. Oh yeah, we're all into it. Congratulations for those of you who have been taking advantage of the Black Friday sale. You've gone here and you've gone after classes because the deal is a pretty good deal. 5 classes for the price of 4. In effect, if you commit to buying 5 of my classes or more, they're $120 a piece instead of $150. And I'm asking myself, should I raise my prices to $200 a class starting Jan 1? That's what I'm asking myself. Right now, you can get them for $120 on the deal, but will they go to $200 on Jan 1? I haven't decided yet. Haven't had a price increase in my classes in 2 years. They started at $100 back in 21, and then 22 we went to $150, and I've left them there. And here's an opportunity to get them for $120. If you need 8 classes to finish off your collection of all 18, then put an order in with me. Send a payment to my PayPal account. The details just right down below in the top of the description. Make a payment to paypal.com. My name, Traveling with Bruce. For $600 for the first 5, and then $120 for every class after that. So you need 8. So add 360 to the 600 US, and you're at 960 US, and you get all 8. Now you're covered. You got them all for $120, and you don't have to worry about any price increases or anything like that. Okay. Those of you out there who want to have a one-on-one with me, you've been reaching out to me. You've been talking about it, but you haven't made the commitment yet. Until the end of the year, they're $400 a session. But starting Jan 1, they might go up to $500 a session. I haven't decided yet. I don't know, because I'm still asking myself, what is my future down the road? And I don't talk to 20,000 people at a time, so I'm generating a living off of a niche group of people, and I think the advice I can give you is worth a lot of money to many of you who've admitted it, to go, oh God, Bruce, you're cheap compared to what others are charging. But if you want to take advantage of the $400 one-on-one, we're good for that. We're good on that deal until the end of the year for sure. Starting Jan 1, I'll let you know if I'm going to raise my prices or not. Okay. What else do I want to tell you? A lot. I want to tell you a lot. I want to thank you and congratulate you at the same time. If you've already got all 18 classes and you rewatch them from time to time, you'll watch like number 11, or you'll watch number 15, or you'll rewatch number 7. You're doing it right. You've taken the classes, you've absorbed this knowledge, you're writing options now, you're doing credit spreads or cash secured puts or poor man covered calls. You're an option writer, and you're reminding yourself, oh, I'm going to stay an option writer, Uncle Bruce. This is my way. My account is doing better now than it's ever done in the past, and I've got this monthly or bi-weekly or weekly cash flow coming out of my account that I've never seen before, because you have put these classes together, and you do this channel, and I am making nice cash flow, and it is changing everything. It has changed the look of my account, the performance of my account. My retirement account is way up now. It's way outperforming what I ever used to get from my employers, managers, and whatever. Or I do have a savings account at work that I can't do anything with. I have to leave it there. And those guys are making me 4 or 5% a year. And on the outside, I have this account that I'm managing with my own money out here, and I'm generating massive returns compared to that. I mean, it's not even close. And in reality, my money on the outside of my IRA and my 401k is growing so quickly that I'm actually going to quit my day job and not even contribute anymore to this employer thing. I'm going to leave the company and take that 401, that IRA out of there, 401 out of there, which I will then be able to control and add to what I'm already working with on the outside. And I am definitely never working for that group ever again. And I may not work for anyone ever again, thanks to you, Uncle Bruce. So I congratulate any of you and all of you out there, no matter what your situation is. If you're in your 20s and 30s and you're managing $4, $5, $6, $8, $10, $15,000 and you're just trying to get that going. Those of you who are in your 30s and 40s and 50s who put together 30, 50, 80, $100,000, and those of you in your 40s, 50s, 60s who are managing hundreds of thousands of your retirement dollars, your assets overall, whatever position, situation you're in, you're retired, you're about to be retired, you're retiring away earlier than you thought, you quit your day job already, you're going to quit your day job, whatever your situation, male, female, congratulations, all of you, for being here, doing what you're doing, and God bless you if you're making money, because that is the name of the game. It's nothing personal. We're here. I'm here to help you make money. I got one other thing, though, that I also do, and it is I wonder about what the future is going to be like, rather than just the present and the recent past. And I am a lot like this guy. I was just telling my Gold Bagel members here on the Gold Bagel Show. I'm like this guy right here. This Ed Grimley fellow, or whatever his name was, Fred Grimley. I can't remember his full name. But he was a fantastic actor. And he was in a movie called The Firm with Tom Cruise and Gene Hackman. And he was the grumpy bad guy. He was the head of security for a law firm that was a dirty law firm. And he was trying to keep the lawyers in line because they were dealing and handling the affairs of the mob. And this guy was the connection between the law firm and the mob to keep everything in line. And he had a line in the movie that just resonates with me. Gene Hackman character was asking him, why are you always worrying about stuff all the time? And he says, I get paid to worry when there's nothing to worry about. And I love that line so much, because that is the classic line of a stock, should be the stockbroker, but of branch managers and compliance officers of brokerage firms. I get paid to worry when there's nothing to worry about. And right now, a lot of people out there don't think there's anything to worry about. The right guy won the election. The girl didn't win, the boy won, the old man won, and he's free enterprise all the way. He's America first. We got that guy in the White House starting in February. The right guy won the election, and the market reacted. It's already been done. The candy high, the sugar high, we're on it right now, but we might be topping out. And I'm worried about that. I have to worry about the market being so exuberant right now, so happy. I have to worry about interest rates. I have to worry about inflation. I have to worry about trade policies. I have to worry about tariffs. I have to worry about the cast of characters that are about to invade Washington while the Democrats are leaving, the Republicans are coming in, and I have to worry about who is who at the zoo. And it's a zoo. It's gonna be a zoo like never before. You thought 2016 was entertaining? And then there are those of you who are 25 years old who were 8 years ago, you were 17, 16, and now you're 25. And you think you're all grown up, and you think you're all so smart, and you're all just so knowledgeable about the world as a whole. And you look at old people like me as fools, as old timers who don't get it. And you're into crypto, and you're into hot stocks, and you're into this, and you got your guy in the White House. You're young, you're a male, you voted for Trump, and you got him in there with all your college pals from way back when. Even 29-year-olds who were 21 when Trump entered the office the first time. even then you weren't paying attention really, but this time you were paying attention, and you're just so darn happy. Those of you who are 21 right now and you were 13 the first time he was in the office, you didn't pay attention to anything he did. Clueless. You were playing video games, riding your bikes, entering puberty, for crying out loud. No idea. Those of us who are over 40, over 50, over 60, we knew what happened in 16, 17, 18. We saw all kinds of stuff hit the fan. And we noticed that in 2 years, he went from having the White House and having the Senate and having the Congress to only having the White House, losing the Congress and barely hanging on to the Senate. And then when the re-election happened with Biden coming in, he lost the White House, he lost the Senate, and he lost the House. Loser, 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 again and again and again. This time around, he got all three back, barely got all three back, and is now trying to pull all kinds of strings to make all kinds of things happen. And I have to worry about stuff when there's nothing to worry about. And what I'm worrying about is inflation, higher interest rates, trade tariffs, and all kinds of geopolitical tensions and issues that are coming up. Because it isn't the same world as 2016. It's not the same. We're not in the same place as we were in 2016. We're dealing with a whole bunch of new stuff in 2024. And you can blame whoever you want. I don't care who you blame for where the economy is and where the world is. I don't care if you want to blame it on any one politician, party, country. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you think the problem, who created whatever problem. We have to deal with the problems. And that's what Mr. Trump and his pals are now having to deal with, coming into Washington at the end of January, beginning of February. And I worry that with the stock markets at all-time highs, and with the candy rush that we've had, the candy high, the sugar high that we're on right now in the markets, I worry about the next step. Does the market go 20% higher because everything's great? Or does the market level off for a while? Or does the market level and then take a dump? I wonder. That's what I get paid to do. I have to worry when there's nothing to worry about. And I have to ask myself and then try to convey to you my thoughts on where I think it's at. Because people ask me, well, what do you think is going to happen? What's your opinion on this? And I'll give it to you. Like it or not, I'll give you my opinion. If you don't like it, it's okay. You don't have to listen to a word I say. You can do whatever you want. If you are into stocks that are just running right now and you're making nothing but money on these stocks, enjoy yourself and pat yourself on the back for being a genius. If the market does drop 20-25% into a bear market by spring of next year, you're going to have to unpat yourself, because if you're still into those hot stocks and they get crushed, you see the big stocks come down 10-15%, but your stocks come down 30-40% because you're into spec. Okay, look, there are some of you into stocks that I won't touch. I don't want to talk about. There are some of you into crypto, and I have nothing to want to do with whatsoever. But if you're making a killing on this stuff, who am I to argue with you that you're not successful? You're successful. But if you're long the commodity, if you're long the crypto and you're long shares and you're not long dollars, then you haven't actually cashed in. Your value is up, but you're still poor because you don't have it in dollars. There's the difference. If you're an option writer, and probably you are, because that's why you're here with this old fart, you have an out. And many of you have taken the out already. You've already made the move gradually over the last 2 or 3 years. And in the last 3 months, you've really made moves you've never made moves, but made moves that you've never made before. The kind of moves that some of you have made around here where you have gone more to cash than to equities. You're happy to write options on the market, on stocks, on particular stories, on particular stocks that you love and love to, want to keep on just rolling along. But you have become simply an option participant in the equity market rather than an owner of equities. You've stepped back from the market to say, I'm long on cash and I'm managing my cash. Because at the end of the day, you're a cash flow person. If you're quitting your day job and you want to live off of $5,000 a month or $8,000 a month or $3,000 a month, whatever your budget is, you need cash flow. You need cash flow from your account every so often to maintain a lifestyle that you're maintaining. And if you want to travel the world with your family or your significant other or on your own, or you want to live in an RV for a year or two, or you want to be a slow traveler to different countries, 60, 90 days at a time here and then here and here, you need cash flow from your account. You don't need to be a shareholder of any company whatsoever. You're an option writer taking dough off the options market from the gamblers who are taking all the risks. And you're just saying, hey, as a conservative option writer, I'm taking $5,000 a month out of the account. I'm happy to pay tax on it, but it's a capital gain. So I'll pay capital gains taxes on $5,000 a month, much lower than if I were paid $5,000 a month at work. It's kind of like I work for $7,000 a month, or I get capital gains for $5,000 a month. I pay less in taxes doing the $5,000 a month. I have more money in my hand only making $5,000 a month writing options than making $7,000 at work. Do your taxes, figure it out. And you're not in your cubicle anymore. You don't go to a warehouse anymore. You don't go to an office tower anymore. You're not a salesperson anymore. You're not a traveling representative of the company. You don't do software. You don't do IT work anymore with a bank of computers. You are self-employed wherever you want to be self-employed. And if you want to maintain that lifestyle going forward, my thinking is you don't want to be a holder of equities in the next 6 months. You want to get out. Sooner the better, get the hell out. Why? Because the markets are at and around all-time highs. And our friends in Wall Street, you know those guys that keep telling you to never sell and always keep buying? You remember those guys? Give me a second. Well, those guys have an issue. They have an interesting little game. They never want you to sell, and they always want you to be invested, and they're always suggesting that what you might want to be doing with yourself is to, quote, reallocate your investments to shift stocks around a little bit. Maybe go from a sector, this sector of economy to this sector of the economy by selling these ETFs and buying these ETFs. They never, ever tell you to get out. Wall Street never does that, because Wall Street gets a percentage of the action of the value of one's portfolio. And as long as your portfolio is in their hands, they're getting their percentage fees from managing your money. And look at what hedge fund managers do. Hedge fund managers manage billions of dollars per hedge fund. They get 2% management fees, which covers their office rent, and most of the salaries they pay, and business taxes, and all their Bloomberg machinery and stuff. And then they get 20% of the profits. Well, if you take money out, they have less to manage, which means they get less. There's less money in their hands from the 2% because it isn't as big a pie anymore. And the 20%, if they're managing $2 billion instead of $3 billion, hey, they make a 30% profit for you. 30% on $3 billion is $900 million. They get 20% of that, or they get 20% of $600 million. Hey, what do you think they want to do? They don't want to have you take your money out. They want to compound your money, and it would be nice if you keep putting more money in. Well, giddy up. That's the way it works in Wall Street. They'll never tell you to sell. Right now, Wall Street is telling the world through their analysts, they're putting their predictions on the S&P 500 for the next 12 months. And there are brokerage firms out there telling all of us that right now the S&P is about 6,000. And in a year from now, it's 6,400, 6,500, 6,300, 6,600. They're not even talking about massive 10% increases. And when it comes down to the reality of the market, you got to understand something about this stock market. It is so rigged against you. You are so many of you are unaware, and I don't mean you who are watching me. You're much further ahead than the 99.999% of people who don't watch this channel because they don't know I exist. I only have 225 people here. What am I kidding myself with? But of the hundreds of millions of people out there, they don't know the reality of the market. And the reality of the market is that if the corporations out there that are on the stock exchanges that make up the S&P 500 or the Dow 30 or the NASDAQ 100 or the Russell 2000, whatever, if these companies make just as much money next year as they made last year, okay, net profits, dollars of profits are exactly the same. They might have increased their sales a little bit. They netted out whatever dollars, but inflation means that they made just as much money as last year. That is good enough for Wall Street to claim you are a winner. How do they do that? Well, because the majority, a number of big capitalized companies pay a dividend of some kind. IBM pays a very good dividend, for example. Others don't. But those who don't pay big dividends do big stock buybacks. And some do both. Some do dividends and do stock buybacks. And what ends up happening is you have an overall S&P 500 index made up of 500 of the largest corporations out there who, on average, can earn 5% more profits by not making any more money than last year on a share basis. And that's how indexes are calculated. The S&P 500 index doesn't go up by how many dollars companies make. The S&P 500 index goes up or down based on the per share performance of these publicly traded companies. So if Apple makes just as much money this year as last year, they make, say, 50 billion in profit. I'm making up a number. This is not the number. I'm making it up. They made 50 billion last year and they made 50 billion this year. All right. But there are fewer shares outstanding this year than last year because they bought 50 billion of stock back off the street. They're dividing the 50 billion into fewer numbers of shares that are out there, which means the earnings per share of Apple went up 1 year over the next. And yet the company didn't make any more money. There are publicly traded companies out there who make less money this year than they made last year. Actual dollars are down, but the earnings per share went up because they bought back so many of their shares that even earning less money, they were able to divide that profit number into a fewer number of shares, and it was higher than last year's per share earnings. And this is where Wall Street says, you need us. We're the best thing you got, buddy. We're the guys who should manage your money for you because you are into stocks and indexes where the markets are always going up. They're engineered profits. And so the first 5% that the S&P is going to go up in value is baked in. It's baked in on dividends that are being paid out, up to 3%, 4%, and share buybacks that is baked in. And Wall Street managers, Wall Street vice presidents, chairmen of the board, the top people, the top people, remember the top, those guys advise all the public companies what they should be doing to maximize shareholder value for their shareholders. One of the tricks, buy back stock. Announce you're going to buy back $10 billion worth of stock, but just buy $2 billion back. You don't have to buy 10, but just announce 10. There's no obligation that you have to do it, but just mention it. That will pop the market right there. The public goes, oh, this is great. They're going to buy back 10 billion worth of stock. The stock's definitely going to go higher because we have way fewer shares outstanding than before. And then they only buy 2 billion back and they make just as much money as last year. And then they announce, we get 4% more earnings. Our earnings per share went up 4% and continued growth is coming. They didn't buy the other $8 billion worth of stock back. They didn't need to. They engineered a gain as it was. And the game continues. It's rigged. It's rigged. So the S&P is going to go up 5% anyway. Just anyway. So if the street says the market is going to go up 6.5% this year, 400-point gain on your S&P 500, what they're saying to you, if we're going up 1.5%. And I'm asking you, 1.5%, What about companies that don't do stock buybacks, who don't do dividends? What's going to happen to those guys? They might go down 10% each. Because if the big Magnificent Seven go up 30%, 20%, and the bottom 20, 30, 40% of the market size companies go down 5 or 10%, the market is up. Because the power of the Magnificent Seven over the S&P 500 index is so huge that they will run that market higher, where these guys down here can't run the market lower. They're not big enough to matter. But this is where you come in. The problem here is this, and this is why I get paid to worry when there's nothing to worry about. If you're telling me you're doing really well in the market and you're really happy about how your account is looking, I'm thrilled for you. But if you're then telling me, well, the reason that I'm doing so well is I own nothing but Sofi. I own nothing but Rocket Lab. I own nothing but XYZ Corporation, which is a high-flying $10 stock, $8 stock that fluctuates like yo-yo. If you're telling me, oh, I'm making record amounts of money, but in reality, 90% of your wealth and value is on stock that is not the Magnificent Seven, is not treasury bills, it's equities, I have something to worry about. Now I am worried because I don't believe that in the next 6 months it continues on at all. I don't think so. But what I will say is, by the time it's 1 o'clock this afternoon, all of you who are equity only, all of you are into equities, and you're writing some options here, you're writing some options there, all of you could be upwards of 140% richer than you are right now, just by today alone, just today. And it could all be cash. And I've said this again and again and again and again and again, and I will not stop talking about it because some of you don't get the message. You don't believe it. You just don't believe it. You think it's all hooey. Or you just can't let yourself go. You talk yourself out of trying to do this, even on a partial basis, like a third of your account, half of your account, shift it over here, the other half over there, and just give yourself this little bit of a cushion. I might be able to convince some of you to do at least that. It's not a win for me. It's a partial win. It's a partial loss, because I don't want to see any of you lose any money. I just want you to all get richer. And I know that if you're an option writer, you actually are not an investor. You're not an investor. You got to talk yourself out of this. You have to say to yourself, I'm not an investor. I'm an option writer. Option writers think completely differently than investors do. Investors buy and hold and wait. Option writers are liquid, take advantage of markets, take money from gamblers who are stupid enough to hand it to them in wads that you can't believe, and they leverage the upside in their favor and make a ton of money on interest on the other people's money. That's what option writers do. That's what they're perfect at. And in theory, if you own 1,000 shares of Sofi right now and the stock's 1633, you're doing really well. Because 6 months ago, in the last year, we all know that Sofi was 633 at one point in time in the last year. I mean, the low of the year is 601. We all know the stock was down in the sixes sometime in the last 52 weeks. And today they're 1633. And most of you who are here, who are Sofi shareholders, you were shareholders when it was $6-something a share. You might have been down $2 on your stock. You might have been down $5 on your stock. You might have been breaking even at that time, but you were there. Some of you are shareholders here of Rocket Lab. And in the last year, what did Rocket Lab do? The low of the year, 347 was the low on Rocket Lab. And not many of you were buying it at 347 because you were throwing in the towel. Many of you sold your Rocket Lab. You gave up. You took the tax loss, you know. But it's now 25.55, has been 27 already. AI, Rocket Lab, GameStop, Sofi, name off a number of other stocks you own. Are they near all-time record highs? Are they close to all-time record highs? I hope so. John, got your donation for classes. We'll get you set up after the show. Um, those of you out there who've taken advantage of the markets and have seen these great market moves, you're now sitting on paper gains. You're not rich. You're not sitting on dollars. You're sitting on paper that represents dollars. You're worth nothing. It looks like you're rich. It looks like you're doing really well. You're not worth a dime. You're only worth money when you have money. It's the only time you're worth anything is when you have it. Some say, "Oh, well, my house is worth $800,000. We paid $250,000 for it 10 years ago, 15 years ago. We are really rolling with our house." Not until you sell it. You might not be able to get 800 for your house because your house has special needs that you've ignored putting into it. You might only get 720 for your house, less all the expenses. You're getting 700 out of your house. You lost 100,000 equity that you thought you had because you're not worth $800,000. Houses in your neighborhood are worth $800,000, but not your house until you liquidate it. Now, am I telling you to sell your house? Am I telling you to sell all your cars? No. But what am I telling you to do with your stocks? Consistently been telling you to do with your stock. You have got to start thinking about turning your stocks into cash and using your cash to write options to make a bunch more cash. That is being rich. And so, okay, Uncle Bruce suggests to you, you could consider selling your Sofi right now at $16.36 a share. And you're saying to yourself, well, I'm an idiot. It's going to go to 20. Why would I get out now? And I'm saying, don't worry about it going to $20. It goes to $20, you're going to get even richer. Because if you sell your stock, you got 1,000 shares, you're going to get $16,300. And if you turn around and write $20 put contracts, that cash secured puts that expire in January 2026, a year from now, you're going to get paid what did they last trade at? $6.50 a piece, roughly. So, okay, so you dump your stock for $16.30. You write 8 cash secured puts, $2,000 each, 16 grand, and you bring in $6 something. You bring in about $5,000. Okay, you're going to take 5 grand, 4 of that. You're going to write 2 more contracts, 2,000 each. You need 4,000 more to write 2 more. You'll write 2 more. Now you've written 10. You've got 10 cash secured puts written. You just hauled in another $1,200, and you sit on about $1,300 in cash, and you sit on $20,000 in cash over here. Put it all together. You have $21,000 in your account now, today. You pick up BIL T-bill ETFs and yield about 5% on your money per year, ballpark. You're going to make on $21,000, you're going to make over $1,000 a year in interest on that $20,000. And that's assuming you just leave it there and fold your arms and sit back. So right now you're worth $16,300 in theory. In an hour from now, you could be worth $20,000 in cash plus $1,000 coming in interest in reality. And what if the market does pause during December tax loss and January nervousness coming into the inauguration and the February realization that he actually is doing some of these tariffs and he's talking even worse consequences for countries that won't play ball with him, and the market is fidgety and nervous and the market drops 10%, the whole market drops 10%. What does that mean to Rocket Lab, SoFi, AI, Unity, and 400 other companies easily on the S&P 500? And none of these are. What are they going to do? Are they going to drop 10% or 20% on nervousness? That's all. There's nothing wrong with these guys. There's nothing wrong with SoFi. Everything is great on SoFi. Maybe SoFi will just keep going up. And it's all good. Well, you know what? SoFi keeps going up. It goes to $22 a share. Are you going to kick yourself in the ass because you sold 1,000 shares at $16.37? You shouldn't, because you're sitting there going, well, wait a minute, hold it. I sold them at $16.30, whatever a share. I turned it, I turned that into $21,000 or so in cash. And those puts that I sold for $6.50 a piece, they're now sitting at like $2. I'll just buy those back and write brand new Jan 26 or June 26. I'll write $25 cash secured puts. Since the stock has gone up $5, I'll go up $5 and write $5 more expensive cash secured puts. I will sell those for $6.50, buy these back for $2.50. Here's $4 a share in my hand. I'm going to do 10 of these contracts. That's $4,000 more in your account. Your account now has $25,000 in it, and it's now earning interest on $25,000 per 1,000 shares of Sofi. You do the same thing on GameStop, the same thing on Rocket Lab. What do you own? If you did this with your entire account, those of you out there with $100,000 of stock right now in your account, you got 100 grand of equity, and you liquidate it all into cash, and you turn around and write $20 cash secured puts on GameStop. You write $35 cash secured puts on, $35 cash secured puts on GameStop, $20 cash secured puts on Sofi, $30 cash secured puts on Rocket Lab. All these stocks, you're up $5 higher, roughly $4 or $5 higher than what they're trading at. All cash secured puts, and you take that cash and write as many more cash secured puts as you can. I predict that your 100,000 will now be sitting at $140,000 in cash in your account, and you're going to haul in 5% interest on all that money now. That is $7,000 a year in interest coming to you. It's almost $600 a month. $20 a day, 7 days a week. You're getting interest from the U.S. government through T-bills, through these BILs, because you liquidated your account for $100,000 and turned it all into cash secured puts, and now you're hauling in $20 a day on $140,000. And in theory, if all of these stocks go higher, no matter what Trump does, no matter what he says, no matter what the markets do, your stocks, because you're a genius and everything you touch turns to gold, these go higher, every put that you wrote is worthless. And you could theoretically just go, well, I'm going to wait 3 months, 4 months, let these puts go down to $1 each, and I'll roll them for $4 a share more all across the board. You'll bring in another $25,000. You're now running a $165,000 account. All your friends, coworkers, relatives, anyone you know that's into ETFs, that has money managed by professionals out of Wall Street through all of their 401ks and Roth IRAs, all those locked up dollars that you are seeing that everyone else has, they're all down 10, 15% in the first 6 months of 2024, 25, maybe because the market is unsure what's going to happen with itself. And you are up 65% with a $165,000 account. Their 100,000 is at 80 and you're at 165. Does it pay to now do that? Yeah, sure, hell does. And if your stocks want to keep going higher because they're making money, after all, does GameStop have any debt? No. Does Sofi have any debt left now? Sofi's debt is virtually gone. Does Rocket Lab owe money to anybody? No. So these guys aren't in trouble if interest rates go up. As a matter of fact, Sofi makes more money on its money, but that's another story. You're at $165,000. Everyone else is at 80. They're going to look at you and go, how is it that you're at $165,000? You say, I don't own anything. And they're going to go, well, how can you make money if you don't own anything? Well, because they don't take the classes. They don't learn how to write options. They didn't put money into their butts, get off their fat lard asses, grab the classes when they could, took the option courses, and are here writing contracts. That's why. It pays to study, doesn't it? It pays handsomely. And I'm talking about minuscule $100,000 accounts. Look, I know some of you have $5,000. That's all you got. And you're watching me and looking for a miracle. You're saying, Bruce, can you help me with my $5,000 and turn into $100,000 in 3 months, please? And you won't listen to me when I say, no, I can't do that. I can help you take 5 and turn it into 10 going forward, but I'm not guaranteeing it in any time frame. You're not listening to me because you go, no, Bruce, you're lying to me. I know there's a way I can take $5,000 and turn it into $100,000. I'm going to keep watching you, and I'm going to watch everything everyone says. I'm going to find the secret. And then there are those of you here with $400,000 of accounts, $500,000 accounts that a year ago were $300,000. And you're looking at this going, Jesus, I'm like Ed Grimley. I've got something to worry about when there's nothing to worry about. My account's worth $500,000. I retire in 6 years. I want to keep this $500,000 and have it grow. And he's telling me, he is saying to me today, I could take $500,000 and turn it into $700,000, 40% more today, Black Friday. I don't believe this guy. I know that's what some of you are saying. I don't believe it. I'm telling you to go to the option chain and look it up yourself. If you're too lazy to do that, I can't help you. Got to get off your fat lard ass. I love you guys, but we're all overweight, you know. You got to get off your butts, and you got to take a look at these markets and say to yourself, well, if he's right, if I do what he says, and I have cash, and then I write cash secured puts on AI, on GameStop, on Rocket Lab, on Sofi, on Nvidia, maybe that's expensive, but you know, why don't I look at all the markets and go into 5 or 6 different stocks at the same time? Can I do cash secured puts on some of these, and then can I do credit spreads on these more expensive stocks like Nvidia? I'll just write call credit spreads at 160 to 170, 2 to 3 weeks out, 4 weeks out. Maybe I'll do a portion of my money in that and a portion of my money in cash secured puts, but I don't own any stocks. And I'm doing credit spreads on Apple and on Microsoft and on all kinds of other stocks to diversify out and not be in any one position, but half my account is cash secured puts, half my account is credit spreads, and I don't own any stocks whatsoever. Theoretically, you're not running a $500,000 account anymore. You're running a much more larger account. And if it's all in cash and you pick up BILs to earn 5% interest on $700,000, you're bringing in $35,000 a year in interest, almost $3,000 a month US in interest. That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's why I have something to worry about when there's nothing to worry about. Welcome to the program where there's nothing to worry about. The only thing you need to worry about is, are you going to get 5 of these today? Are you going to get 10 of these today? Are you going to get off your fat lard ass and grab these classes before Bruce raises his prices? Because it's possible, maybe, that these classes are $200 each starting Jan 1. Maybe that might happen around here. And right now you can get them for $120, but not for much longer. You want to do a one-on-one with Uncle Bruce? Have a one-on-one session where I yell at you? I don't yell at you. For $400, you get my uninterrupted attention for at least an hour, and it never lasts an hour because we can't stop talking. What if I raise my prices to $500 a session starting Jan 1? Maybe it's now time to book a $400 session before I go to Palm Desert Rancho Mirage. It ain't cheap down there. And I think I'm worth $500 an hour. As a matter of fact, they tell me you should be charging $1,000 an hour. You know, you're giving yourself away for 60% off, because you talk to people for an hour and they figure out, I just learned how to make 20 grand this year, $20,000 more. I mean, I only had to give them $400. And it went longer than an hour. Like, I'm winning on every level here. Yeah, okay, well, maybe I should charge $500 an hour starting Jan 1. Maybe I should charge $200 a class starting Jan 1. And maybe I only go live 2 days a week starting Jan 1. Maybe I pull back and semi-retire. I don't know. I kind of like it, though. I'm addicted to this. I like to worry when there's nothing to worry about. But I gotta know that you're paying attention and you're winning. I sure don't want to hear sob stories from you guys. I'm praying to God I don't hear sob stories in January and February and March when the market takes a crap, because the odds are bad for this market. You're not hearing any of this from Fox. You're not hearing any of this from CNBC, Fox Light. You're not hearing any of this from these other financial story outfits. They're in the bag. They're in the bag with Wall Street, and they got their boy in the White House. They got their guy, okay? Now everybody wants these policies to be done so that everything's going to be great. Well, it's great for certain sectors, maybe, but maybe not. And you are consumers. You're not insiders. You are not connected to the boy in the White House. You are not. You are the victims of whatever happens, good or bad. And maybe enough good will happen to you, that it'll offset whatever bad happens to you. But you have to know there are certain Americans who are going to get their clocks cleaned starting in February and March and thereafter. And you know who they are. You have a inkling of who these people are. You know certain groups are going to be really hit hard because you want to reallocate wealth in America from one sector to another and one group to another. There are winners and losers. Are you a winner? Why not be a cash-rich option writer and be a winner that way? Bottom line, what's your account worth? Not what's your stock worth. What's your account worth in dollars? And are you on the hook for volatile trading markets going forward? I worry about that. Now, look, those of you who've got 10,000 shares of Sofi, 15,000 shares of Sofi, 20,000 shares of Sofi, and you don't want to sell any of your stock because you want to be an option writer, and you've been waiting for me to tell you when is it time to start writing options on my Sofi, Uncle Bruce. The stock's 1635. When do I start writing options on my Sofi? You can write it anytime you want, of course. You have to decide, do you want to be a shareholder through thick and thin? And I don't know what the upside is today, tomorrow, next month. I don't know. If I knew, I'd tell you exactly what to do. But I can tell you one thing that you could do exactly. You just sell the shares here and write cash secured puts 20 to 22 and haul in 40% more money than the stock is worth. In other words, add 40% to 1634 right now. That's $6.50 a share. Why don't you take $22.80 off the table right now in cash and have it in your account and earn interest on $22.80 a share right now at 5%. It's $1.10 in interest for the next year. It's a dime a month. You're getting a dime a month in interest on your shares that right now are at $16.35 a share. You're getting nothing for them right now. They're just there. They're at $16.35. That's where they are. And it's great. It's fantastic. But would you be happier if you had a $22, $50, $23 stock instead in the form of cash? You have to, only you can answer that question. I can't answer that question. I know the answer, but I'm not, it's your answer. Deep Value, how you doing? Big E, good day, good day, good day. Splairs here, Stephen, Richard, Andrea's here, CKT, Eddie, Zach, Big A, Louie, Lame Duck, Jarrett, Corinne is here, Hector, Tom, Amy J, Eddie, Flint Creek, Romeo, Marcus here. Look at them all. They're all here. Charlie, EDT, Andre De La Torre. Charlie is in the house. I Works for Wendy is here. Charlie, that makes sense. XRP going nuts usually means something happening on GameStop. Makisio is here. Welcome. Larry Titus is in the house. Robert Mailhout is always here. Stephen Jackson, Susan Shops, they're all here. Kevin Robertson, Lee Mortimer, Stephen Jackson, Kevin Robinson. Hi. Hello. So glad you're here. Look, hypothetical question. Okay, Bruce. We sell our Sofi and write $20 Jan 2026 cash secured puts. We got a lot of cash. As you say, market and Sofi drops. We get assigned on those cash secured put rights. I have some received 720 premium. So what's the next question? So my adjusted cost basis is 1280. What if Sofi stock further tanks to 10 and stays there for a year or so? Help us see this is good. Me and others having problems understanding. Okay, well, let's say you don't do anything. You don't listen to me and you say he doesn't know what he's talking about, that old fart. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to hold the stock and let it go to $35 a share. And it goes to 10. Just like you said that it might go to 10. You're sitting on 1635 stock right now. Maybe it does go to 18 or 19 and you go, you see, Bruce, I didn't have to sell it at 16, you son of a bitch. I'm at 18.50 now and it's going to 35. It went to $10. And you didn't do anything. And what do you got now? You got $10 stock, no cash. You got assigned. Okay, you didn't do anything. You didn't sell them. You didn't write cash secured puts. You didn't do anything. You going to write calls now at $10 a share? What calls are you going to write? 12s for 2 months for 60 cents, 30 cents? What are you going to do now? Now, let's say you do take my advice and you sell them and you write the cash secured puts and you're sitting on, you did 1,000 shares, you got 21,000 in cash, okay, and you get assigned. You get assigned, and you now have 1,000 shares, and they go down to 10. Okay, fair enough. You're sitting in a situation where, well, okay, I had 21,000. I bought 1,000 shares for $20 each. That cost me what, 13.80, and the stock crapped out more than that. Okay, well, who isn't down if the stock is $10 a share? There's no winner anywhere, isn't there? I mean, you're talking about a 6.35 drop right now. That might be an $8 drop or a $10 drop. If we get to 20, goes to 10. Okay, so do you think that's really going to happen? That the stocks are going to go to 10 now, below 14.54? Really? Or just suppose, let's play this game instead. The stock is $15 to $16 in the next 2 or 3 months. Okay, they're kind of hanging around. They got to 18, but they're now 15 to 16, and you do get assigned. You get assigned. Unbelievably, for Jan 26, you get assigned. Well, you now have 1,000 shares of stock trading at 15, 16 bucks a share. What are your choices? Well, you could just sell the stock at 15, 16 and write $20 cash secured puts for a year further out. So now you're dealing with March and June 26s, right? Another 5, 6 months. This is a few months from now. You're going to just keep on doing this. You're going to say, I just bought this stuff for $13.85. It's trading at 15, 16. I'm getting out and I'm writing 20s again. Exercise me, you son of a bitches. Give me another $6.25 a share, and I dare you to exercise me. I'll pay $13.75 while it's sitting here at $15 to $16. Every day you can do this. Go ahead, exercise me every week. They won't. They're losing their butts if they do that, but you're winning. You'll never stop winning. You're going to be cash rich, earning 5% as well. You're an option writer. It's not like you stopped writing options. You're still an option writer, but you're doing this option writing. If it goes to $22 to $24, you know what you're going to do. You're going to buy your $20 puts back for $1.50, and you're going to write $30 cash secured puts because the stock's at 24. You're going to write 30s. You're going to bring in $8 for those a year out. So you pay $2 to buy these back and sell these for $8. You just took $6 more off that stock. You were at what, $21 a share? Now you're at 27 a share, and they're trading at 24, 25. You're winning. You're not losing, and you're cash rich, and now your 5% is even higher. I don't know where you're wrong on this thing. I love this game. Thank you, everybody, for being here. You're going to keep loving this game. Giddy up. Adwin, what if you don't have stock but just own options? Can you sell it and still do your plan? Well, theoretically, yeah, you could sell your contracts, have cash, now write cash secured puts against the cash, of course. At $2, at $20 a share, you need $2,000 for every option you can write, every put option that you can write. So if you got $8,000 from your option sale, you can write 4 cash secured puts. Well, if you bring in $6 a pop, that's $2,400. You can write another cash secured put. Now you've written 5 of them at 20. You're sitting on over 10,000 in cash now. Right now, you got what, $8,000 in options that could go to zero or could lose some value. I mean, there you go. Look at Tom Kaufman's answer to this question here. You doubled your money. See at least half your shares of Rocket Lab or Sofi, and now you got your original money back to write cash secured puts and write covered calls on the remaining shares. You've got that too. See, there's all these thoughts, which is great because you guys couldn't have these discussions when the stock was $6 to $8 to $10 a share. We couldn't talk like this. You couldn't talk about, well, I'll just sell all my stock and I'll write $7 cash secured puts or $12 cash secured puts because the stock wasn't doing anything. There was nothing happening. And you were going, well, my average is $8, Bruce. I don't really know if I want to sell at 8 and write 10s. But some of you did, and then you rolled into 12s and you rolled into 15s and you've rolled into 17s and you're rolling into 20s and you're looking to roll into 22s because you're making money and money and money because you're the casino. And you're just going, my cash balance is growing. Just like a casino's cash balance is always growing. And I'm earning interest on even more money, of which most of it isn't even mine. This is profits I've made from all these stupid gamblers. I love this game, and I'm holding tens of thousands of dollars of other people's money in my account because I wrote cash secured puts, and I'm getting interest on their money. They're losing. I'm winning. You know, those classes at $200 are still a deal, you know. There you go. Curious why you're not saying to write cover calls to sell our stock positions like ATM or ITM in the cover call next week, or to sell stock and collect some premium, then let money write cash secured puts. I'm throwing you all the possibilities. And yes, I've said it, and I admit you certainly could look to write covered calls on your Sofi. You've always been in a position to be able to do it. And I've desperately tried to hold you guys back, and I've failed on certain people here. But I don't control your money. I don't make you do anything. You're the ones who are trading. I don't manage your money. I'm just a guy giving his opinion on what you might want to be able to do with your money. You want to write covered calls on Sofi right now. You know, you can write 15s. You can write in the money calls on your Sofi at $15, which are prices you would never have thought of 6 months ago when it was $6 a share. But if you wrote a $15 covered call, the last time those traded, they were $5.15 a piece, which means you're offering your stock for $20.15, and it's $16.38 right now. So maybe those might even be $5.40 this morning when we open up in 4 minutes. I don't know, because this is Friday's close, and we'll have to wait for the opening. But you could write $15 calls that are in the money with a premium on top of that for Jan 26 and take in a wad of cash on that deal. You could do that. And then do whatever you want with the $5 you get, $5.50 a share. Hey, would you be crying tears of sorrow if the stock goes to $20.50 and you get told you just got bought out at $20? You're sitting there going, well, I already got 5 of it. I got the other 15 now. I wrote 15s, and I got taken out at 15 plus the 5 I've already got. There's the $20. That's what it's trading at. I'll just buy them back at 20, and I'll write 25s now. You could play that game. Of course you can. You could take the $5 a share you get, buy more shares right now, and write more $15 calls and just keep compounding. You could do that. You could also just say, yeah, Bruce, you know what? I'm going to sell covered calls. And I'm going to take that money, and I'm going to write cash secured puts on that money. So I'm into cash secured puts on this side, and I'm into stock and covered calls on this side. Yes, you can do that. Yeah, sure. But if the shares go down to 13, then your stock is lower, $3 lower. Good news, the calls you wrote will go down, and you'll buy them back and now write $14 calls, $13 calls. You know, you'll do that. That's an option writer. The cash secured puts you might get exercised on or not, or you'll just wait, fold, and don't do anything until they make you do something. Stock goes up instead, doesn't go down, goes up to 20. Okay, the calls you wrote for 15 are now 5 in the money. They're probably trading at $6.50, $7, and you're down on those, but you're up on your stock, but you're limited to $15, and the stock's around 20, and that's kind of where you wrote them at. So you're going to get taken out at 20. If you get taken out, you could roll those contracts into 22s further out if you can. It depends on whatever. On the put side, genius. You took the premiums you got, wrote cash secured puts. They're going down in price. You can just buy them back and cash that in, or buy them back and roll into 25s. Yes, welcome to the option writing world. Absolutely, but you're cash rich too, aren't you? Yes, you are. If I sell cash secured puts, I have cash, but that cash is tied up as collateral for those CSPs. How would I then buy BIL with margin? Again, depending on your firm, depending on the firm you're dealing with, it's a question of what the in-house rules are. This is where I can't answer specific brokerage questions, but cash balances, you can make it work for you. They may have commission-free trades. They may have house accounts that pay a higher interest rate. You've got to do your homework with the firm you're with. Okay, so there's that. Jeff, that's a good question, though. Tim, Bruce is a greedy troll preying on young people. Don't fall for it. You can do all of this knowledge. You can watch everything there is to know about how to write options without paying Bruce a dime. You can go out on Google. You can go to the Chicago Board of Chicago Options Exchange. There are all kinds of lessons is the wrong word, but examples and theoretical discussions have been for dozens of years, 20 years, 30 years. There have been pamphlets available on how to write options, what is an option, and then you can watch other YouTubers who are into it, and you can avoid giving me a dime and just go everywhere else. And I wish you all the luck in the world, because there are good ones and there are not so good ones. And then there's mine, and I don't know how good mine are for sure, because I can't honestly sit here and say I got the best classes in the world. I can't do that. But what I can say is I seem to have a following of people that have been here since 2021 who really appreciate learning how to do stuff in a very plain English kind of way. And that is what my lessons are like. Because if you've ever watched any of them, you know, oh God, yeah, he did that in front of his people. These actual members of his are the class he was talking to. And Jen is interrupting him and asking him questions while he's teaching, and he answers these questions. Even I can understand this stuff, many of you say and have said to me, because you thought to yourselves, there's no way I'm going to ever learn how to write options. It's so damn complicated. I don't understand half the words these guys use. Because some of these so-called courses, some of these so-called other YouTubers are so technical and so way out there. I don't know what they mean. And these graphs with these lines and stuff, I don't know what this means. I give up. And that's why only 1% of market people write options, because it's just too over their heads to get. You know that. You've tried to tell your friends and relatives how much fun you're having writing options. I can't do it, Bruce. I can't do it. You have to decide yourself how this is going to work. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Lorraine, I'm number 100 on your thumbs up meter, by the way. Thank you all. Thank you all. It's obvious that Bruce is biased against Trump. I mean, really. He is beginning to let personal emotions get in the way of his analysis. The world's been in a very terrible shape for the last 4 years and barely hanging in because you are not biased against Biden. No, you love everybody like I love everybody. Amazing. You are not explaining to people what happens when one writes cash secured puts and the stock goes down. There are no guarantees. You are lying. You are holding stuff back, you bastard. Oh, no. Really? Are you new here? You sound new. Good afternoon, Beach Boy. How you doing, everybody? Alex is here, number 108. Welcome. Good morning, Kenji. John, so scared. It'll drop a bit to see the bigger picture. Oh, no. Okay. I like the attitude, Uncle Bruce. You just keep preaching. Says Andrea. Mandu, number 5. 114 thumbs up today. Good morning. Premium the option. Hey, happy Friday. Time to fill our pockets. It is Friday, you know. Option expiry Friday, for those of you who've forgotten. Isn't this fun? Isn't this great? Welcome all, welcome all, welcome all, welcome all. Weeble doesn't pay interest. I got to switch from these guys. Thank you, Uncle Bruce, for the sage advice. Happy Thanksgiving to you all. Keep on rolling. I like it when I love it when you talk trades. I have a call option on Sofi and Rocket Lab, which expires January 25. Strike price is 11. What shall I do to best capitalize on the increases made? You got to do rollovers. You got to go forward to probably Jan 26 to move up strike. You're going to have to pay the price. You wrote too low. Susan Shops, Bruce, I just try to ask questions. The same are wondering and don't ask. It's all good. And you're welcome, Susan. And I love you. And thank you. No hard feelings. Any questions, bring them on. I wrote Jan 26, 17 puts for 530. I'm thinking to roll to the 25s. Yeah, exactly. Your 17s are worth 58 cents, man. Way to go. Nice job. This is a good thing. Oh, I love rollovers when I hear about cash secured put rollovers. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Welcome all to the party. Welcome all to the show. Larry, we're open, Bruce, and let's make some dough. Neat. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Neat. Giddy up, everybody. Neat. My son, number 1, says you're charismatic. Quite a compliment to a homeless Canadian, don't you think? Well, if I can impress Beach Boys, number 1 son, I must be doing something right, I guess. I hope I do the best I can with what little I have, and I have very little on the top here, don't I? Mark Downs, baby, 127. Christine, is this thing on? I slept in. Did you say anything worth anything while I slept in? Z Estate, number 118. Giddy up, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the program. Thank you all for being here. Great to have you. We're going to go content. We're going to go comment only for members. That's what this channel does during market hours. Thank you again for joining us, being part of this program, being members of this channel. I love you guys. If you have any market questions, fire away. And now that we're going member only, and I'll see what I can do to answer your questions. The folks who are members of this channel, keep this channel on the air. Classes are great. One-on-ones are great. But every day, 7 days a week, 30 days a month, the members of this channel keep this channel alive through YouTube. YouTube would have dumped my sorry ass a long time ago had I not had memberships. They don't make any money here from my advertising. Yeah, they send you ads. You see ads on my channel. Of course, you see ads on my channel. But I've got, what, 330 people watching right now? I get about $8 a day from YouTube, Monday to Friday. I don't get anything on weekends unless I do a video. It's not the advertising that keeps me going here with YouTube or lets me be a YouTuber. It's the memberships through YouTube that keeps this channel on the air. So you're helping me help you if you're a member of this channel. And I thank you all who have stepped up to do it and continue to maintain your membership with me. Thank you, especially you Gold Bagel members. You guys are the best of the best. And I thank you all just so very much. Look, I got 187 answers coming out here for a poll question. I haven't even mentioned that yet. 136 thumbs ups, everybody. Thank you for 136 thumbs ups. Let's take a look at the poll question here when this thing pops through here. There we go. I got to get rid of this ad. Every time I reload my page, I see an ad. Okay, it says, as a stock options writer, I have made blank percent. I've made more or less than the 27% gain of the S&P 500 this year. And 187 people have answered now. 63% of you say I have made more than the 27% that the S&P has gained this year. And 37% have said, as an option writer, I've made less than 7% that the market has made this year. That's what I want to know. That's an interesting result. Almost 2-to-1, kind of not quite 2-to-1, but almost. Very interesting. If you can please take a moment and answer that poll question if you get a chance. Do let me know. What are your thoughts on that question? Have you made more than 27% this year on your account because you are an option writer? Probably because of this channel, learning to become an option writer. Giddy up, everybody. Those of you, by the way, out there who are sending me, there we go, we've got that. If you're sending me a donation for 5 classes or 6 or 8 or 10, make sure to send me a private email. Let me know what the numbers you'd like to have, okay? What classes would you like me to send you? Thank you, everyone. If you have any questions or problems with your links, you've ordered a class and you can't get the link to show up or something like that, or you lost it, send me a private email. I just got one here from a couple of people, one for a 5-4 and one for a separate lesson. So I will take care of you. Don't worry. After the show's over, I'll get you set up. Okay, there you go. Join us if you dare as a member, and I will try to give you as much information as I can to help you make money in this market. I know there are skeptics everywhere, and look, welcome to life. If you're an option writer, you know something that many people don't know. And what you know is that you've tried to tell your best friends, your brothers, your moms, your dads, your cousins, your uncles, your coworkers, people you know desperately could use to make some money in the stock market because they're lousy stock pickers, or they put money into a wealth management thing and they're getting 4, 5, 6% return, and inflation is 5, 6, 8%, and they're getting swacked. You know people that are in their 50s and 60s that are supposed to be sitting on $1 million, $2 million in their savings accounts now, in their IRAs or RSPs, and they've got 30 grand, nothing. You know these people. I know these people. You know them, and you've desperately told them. You've said, look, I wasn't sure about this guy, but I found this guy on YouTube, and I'm telling you, man, I am telling you, I have watched his classes. I I'm watching him every day. I watch him Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock as I'm a Gold Bagel member of his channel. I'm there for Primetime Live every Wednesday night. He answers questions when the market is open about options trades. I mean, Jesus, what more do you want from this guy? You don't have to give him a dime. You can watch him for free. You can listen to him and watch him read the comments, and he interacts with his members. You should be doing this. And it didn't work. Everything you've tried, everything you begged people, you told your mother, your dad, you showed them your account. Look, you said, look what I'm doing now. I used to do this. Now I'm doing this. Look how much money I just hauled in writing these 5 covered calls on GameStop or whatever. And it didn't work. You can't get them to do it. I know. That's why there's only 290 people here. There's barely 300 people watching me live because millions don't believe you. They think you're drinking the Kool-Aid and you're an idiot for being a member of this guy's channel and you bought classes when you could have got all this information for free, they say, and yet you're going, I've been watching this guy for 3 years and I have looked at the other YouTube channels. I have gone to TD Ameritrade's website. I have watched Weeble's tutorials. I have seen the Robinhood how to do option writing stuff. I've watched all this stuff. And I've watched his classes. And I'm getting way more here with the instructor on the air. And I'm taking his classes. And I'm writing options in my account on options and stocks that we talk about here. And it's not theoretics about something that traded 2 years ago. I'm not showing you today trades that you could have done 3 years ago when the market went from here to here, and you could have done that and that. How many tutorials have you seen, and how many views on YouTube are you noticing where the examples of how you can make money doing these trades and these trades are on trades that were 6 months ago? Don't you think maybe they took a look at the chart of a stock or of an SPX index and went, well, we could talk about puts and calls in this time frame to show off how to do these transactions? Of course they're right. They're right every time. They're right 100% of the time because they're doing historic trades. I'm talking about the market now. I'm talking about the market today. You're here every day with me live. This ain't no recording, okay? This is live. I'm doing everything I can for it, but there are people out there who just, he's a fraud. That guy's just full of crap. All he wants is money. What do you want? You want money. How do I make money? How do I make money? Have you ever asked that? If you're a skeptic, how does this guy make money? Well, he gets memberships, so he's got to get something for that. He does get advertising revenue, albeit $150 a month or something. Yeah, okay. He does get that. Oh, he's rich. He doesn't trade. They don't believe it, but I don't trade. I don't write options. I don't have any stocks. I make money when you make money. It's simple. You take my classes. You're paying me to give you those classes. And now you have this for the rest of your life. $120 a class today if you get some of these. $120 a class. If one of my classes, just one of the 18 I've done, I don't know which one it is, but if one of those classes has given you the moment, one of those moments, and now you've become an option writer 3 months later, and you're writing 10 calls and bringing in $3.50, $3,500, then you buy them back for $1,500, and then you write another bunch of contracts for $2,000 and buy them back for $1,100, and then you write a bunch of contracts for $6,000 and buy them back for $3,000. I don't know. For the rest of your life, you're going to do that from one of my 18 classes that somehow gave you the moment, the epiphany moment where you just went, oh shit, that's what he's talking about. I can do that. Holy crap, I can't believe I'm allowed to do this in the stock market. I can't believe I'm allowed to do this. I only thought banks could do this. Insurance companies, hedge funds, these so-called fat cats living on these mansions somewhere, $30 million houses and ranches. I thought only those people could do this. I didn't know I could do this from my house, from my car, in my RV, on holiday in Mexico, European. I can do this on a bike. I just have to pull over and hit my phone, and I just wrote 10 contracts. I can't believe I can do that. I can do credit spreads. I thought credit spreads were, you needed like a really sophisticated computer software program with 15 assistants and IT people back there. And I needed to be near New Jersey so that my computer was as close to the stock exchange floor as possible to get the nanosecond faster trade in before someone else got the trade in. I thought that was what had to be done to make money as an option writer. Isn't that how it's done? I thought I had to watch CNBC all the time, and I had to wait for the Nigerian brothers to come on, one of those two guys, during the halftime report or whatever, and I had to listen to unusual options activity reports and then just do what they did. Not that they tell me what they're doing all the time. I don't know when to get in and get out. And all they do is buy and sell contracts. They don't even write them. They just buy them all. I thought that was it. I thought that was all I could do. I didn't know I could write options. I could write one option. I didn't know I could write one option, let alone I had to do at least 100 of them. Welcome to this party, pal. You're part of a club that is so tiny. The most people don't know this exists. No matter how many YouTubers are out there, no matter how many free courses are available through all the online brokerage firms, you go online, try to open an account or take a look at Fidelity, Webull, Robinhood, Tasty Trade. I don't care. How many dozens are there? Dozens of these outfits? All of them have tutorials on options. And you tell me, of all the tutorials that they offer, how many have anything to do with option writing? The percentage, almost none. There's a few, yeah, for sure, no question. But you want to find out this now? I say to you, where can you go to get 18 lessons all about option writing in one place from the same guy in plain English who's on the air when the market is open? I mean, I don't know where else you can go. I don't know. I don't know anyone else that does what I do. Do you know anyone else that does exactly what I do every day, 5 days a week in this manner? I don't think there's anyone else. Maybe it's because I'm doing it wrong. Maybe no, I'm not going to do what he does. He does it wrong. Am I doing it wrong? Are there 280 people here all losing money in the market right now? Are there 280 losers watching me who don't make any money writing options at all? Are you all here right now crying in your beer because you can't make any money in the market? I don't think so. I don't. That's not how it works. YouTube is really brutal when it comes to views and engagement with a creator. If there are people watching a creator, he must be saying something that's resonating with them that they want to hear. And if the creator is talking about how you can make money in the stock market by being an option writer, and there are people here watching him every day he's on, they have to be making money. I mean, they got to be. They can't be losing all the time. They'd leave this guy. I'm just doing what I can with what little I have. Hey, everybody, Dak, Uncle Bruce, I sold 20 cash secured puts, 17s for September at 217. Should I sit tight or think about rolling soon? What are those, September 25s? I'm assuming that's what those are. If you wrote January 20s, could you add $4 to your account? I don't know. Can you grab $4 a contract more times 20 contracts? That's $8,000 in your hands by doing a rollover. I know the answer to this question if you can. I don't know what you're waiting for is my first response. Why aren't you grabbing the extra $8,000 right now? I don't know what, you don't need $8,000. It's just, pittance to you. I'd rather you have 8,000 more in your account than not, and then deal with those consequences. Dak, I love you, buddy. Thank you, Rice Checks, becoming a YouTube member. How about that? There's actually a person becoming a member while I'm ranting. It's incredible. I love this. And not only a member, a Gold Bagel member. Welcome to the party, pal. I'm so glad you're here. There are 207 people answering the poll question now. 61% are saying I've made more than 27% this year writing options, Bruce. Then the S&P went up. That's pretty damn good. That is pretty darn good. And I know that some of you are making way more than 27%. It's not like, oh, I made 28%. I went through all kinds of heebie-jeebies, Bruce, and I won and I lost and I won and I lost and I made 27.5%. I'm a winner. No. There are people here who have made 100% on their money, 60% on their money, 85% higher on their money. They're not 27%. I'm not asking you how much you're making. I'm only asking, are you beating the S&P 500? And 62% of you are saying, oh, I'm beating its ass. Yeah, I'm really beating it. So I'm whooping it. Right, Auntie Jen?
I think your chair is lower.
It's possible.
I was thinking that yesterday.
My table could be lower, higher. I don't know.
Your table's like
It's all. We have 154 thumbs ups, and Auntie Jen just walked in the room. Those of you who are happy that Auntie Jen is here, maybe you could get off your fat lard asses because you're full of turkey and tryptophan and gravy and stuffing. Would you do me a favor? Would you hit the thumbs up button and show Auntie Jen how much you love her, and help me get to 200 thumbs ups because there are 286 people watching. I only have 154 thumbs ups, and I'm asking people if they made more than 27% on their money, and 62% of 200 and some people are saying I have, and I only have 154 thumbs up. I don't know what I have to do.
You just can't satisfy people. You know why? You've made them used to getting this kind of money.
That's the thing. These people who watch me are so used to getting rich all the time, they're getting complacent.
That's right.
And that's why today I put up a photo of Ed Grimley, or whatever his name is, Fred Grimley. What was the actor's real name?
I have no idea who you're talking about.
I get paid to worry when there's nothing to worry about from the firm. Remember that line from the security guy? When Gene Hackman says,
Grimley.
Ed Grimley, what do you do here all the time? You don't know what it is I do here. I get paid to worry when there's nothing to worry about. And that's what I'm doing today with my people.
You're worrying when there's nothing to worry about.
I have to worry for my people because I have to worry about something when there's nothing to worry about. And people don't like it when I talk like that. Deep Value says, I've been a member for 39 months. Thank you for everything you've taught me, Uncle Bruce. You are the best. Thank you so much, Christina. I'm number 144. Margin called. Very few other channels talk about the sell to open action. They just don't do it. You're right. Christina, for feet pics, that's how he makes money. How does this guy make money? Does he post feet pics of himself? Is that how he makes money?
It's feet pics. That's what it is.
Juan is saying for the rest.
In your feet pics, they'd always be in a sock.
It would always be in the sock. Juan says, for the rest of your life, what a deal. Thank you, Uncle Bruce.
For the rest of your life.
See, I've been openly asking this question today, and the question is basically this: we're offering a Black Friday deal for my classes now for about 5 days.
There you go.
And I've congratulated everyone who's taken advantage of it because I've had people begging me, please, when are you putting your classes on sale? Please, because they're $120 a class instead of $150. The question is, Jan 1, should they go to 200? I haven't had a price increase in 2 years.
Well, I know.
And what about my one-on-ones? I haven't never increased those prices. Those have been $400 from day one in 2021. I was doing one-on-ones in 2020 privately for $400. And I'm wondering, should they go to 500, Jan?
I don't know.
I mean, inflation,
everything is so expensive.
It's not cheaper for us to go to Palm Desert in the winter, It's more expensive.
Talking on the radio about today being Black Friday and then Cyber Monday, except it's, kind of melded into each other. And people are saying that they're going to be spending as much or more than they have last year, but they don't feel they're going to be buying as much. It's just that the items they are buying cost more.
Yeah.
So they have to spend more money.
Yeah. Isn't it? And doesn't that say it all? And what's going to happen in February, March when the tariffs kick in?
I know.
Someone was saying an oil expert was asked about the tariffs on oil. if a 25% tariff on Canadian oil came in,
Yeah.
what would that mean for the average American consumer? The answer, 35 cents a gallon more expensive for gas everywhere in America.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Because oil is blended all over the place between refineries in the north, the south, the east, the west, and then the price of gas just goes up for all. And they're talking 35 cents a gallon more
And
for
don't
Americans.
forget, every summer they have to close refineries to do maintenance on them.
That's right.
Usually in that
Right at the height of driving
that
season.
Memorial to Labor Day.
That's when you jump your
Squeeze,
gas by 50 cents a gallon because summer's coming.
Yeah.
Apparently, I heard today another story. Indiana, there's a refinery in Indiana that refines oil, Canadian oil, and is specialized for it for like 25 years now. They just spent $4 billion on upgrades
Yeah.
to handle
Right.
the crude coming from Canada to blend it. And it's not the crude you get from Saudi Arabia. Canadian crude is a heavier crude. And so it has to be, you have to spend more to do it. You need specialized equipment with all the pollution control standards you have now. They just spent $4.5 billion in the last 5 years. This isn't like it takes 5 weeks to do this. And these guys are about to get nailed by the Trump administration because it's going to cost them dearly. A 25% increase costs them 25% more to get the oil. Not good. So for Americans, it's a hit, which means inflation goes up because, the Amex driver, the Amazon driver pays more for their gas to get packages to you.
The police department.
The police department spends more money. The fire department, taxis, Ubers, people commuting. Everyone's cost will go up by 35 cents a gallon across the board, and it will permeate through the entire economy, and it just starts the inflation creep. A little here, death by 1,000 cuts.
And once inflation goes up,
interest rates go up.
Yeah.
Markets go down.
I know.
This
it's
happened
like it's all connected.
It happened in 2021, 22, people. You remember in 22 what happened to the stock market when interest rates started going up? Everybody thinks
People
it won't
start
happen this time.
covered call.
This time is different, Bruce. Just get with it. Get it through your fat, bald head, Bruce.
And
this time it's different.
My brain, because I always have a song in my head. When you were starting to talk about Indiana doing all this, the song that comes to mind.
Indiana wants me. Lord,
I can't go back there.
Indiana wants me. Oh my God. Who was the artist?
I have no idea. I don't know. I'm sorry, whoever sang that song.
I'm trying to remember the name of the artist. It was a male single singer. It wasn't a band. It was a guy.
Authors.
I can't remember. A couple of things going through here. Weber Day says to love the advice, love the guaranteed cash from premiums.
Yeah.
And Dak is throwing a 1999 pounds donation. Cheers, Uncle Bruce. The option writing goat. Thank you for that. That's 20 pounds is like 1,000 Canadian dollars. It's huge.
It's not a pound.
Jeff Glass says Wilford Brimley. Wilford.
I had the Ed part.
We just can't. I can't get it through my head. Yeah, thank you.
The oatmeal guy.
Splair, I feel the Auntie Jane wishing you as well a great weekend. I'm out for my mom's birthday. Way to go, Splair.
Nice.
DNA Experience. I'm a new member.
It's your birthday. Be nice.
DNA Experience new member. Gold Bagel level. Another one. That's 2 today.
Ooh.
2 new Gold Bagel members this morning. Welcome to the party, you guys. Alex, good morning, Auntie Jen. Jeff Glass. Ed Grimley was a Martian short character. A Martin short character, Ed Grimley. Ed Grimley was Marty.
Ed Grimley, that's right.
I must say. Oh, thank you very much, I must say. That's right. Walter Grimley says Richard. Wilford Brimley, I think. Splair, Uncle Bruce is secretly the king of the OnlyFans head page. Hope you still like me, Uncle Bruce. I'm just kidding. Richard. Damn autocorrect. Richard says it's a damn autocorrect. It's not Walter. RB thinking of moving from Denmark because of taxes on options and stock. 42%. That's crazy. Mandu number 5. Welcome DNA to the channel. Mandu number 5. Good morning, Auntie Jen. Thank you all for saying hi. Let's see how many thumbs ups have come in. I've been begging for thumbs ups, even for Auntie Jen. We had 154 5 minutes ago. Now we have 173. So
There
19
you go.
thumbs ups because you joined
Because-
us.
there you
So
go.
there you are. We have
Normally, I
216
try to get
votes.
the markets to go up.
Well, there's that too. We're at 1647 on SoFi. 1647,
Boy, the
that is up
volumes are soaring.
35 cents,
Are
which
people-
is right at the high of the
people
year.
are on their devices, but they're shopping.
7.5 million traded on SoFi. That's pretty good. That's more than
They're not
Wednesday.
option shopping.
I don't know.
Business shopping.
The Dow's up 106, so okay, and we're up 20 on S&P. We're up 100 on Nasdaq.
And
It's
is
all
everybody feeling good about Detroit winning a Thanksgiving Day game?
green. No one said a word.
They never win.
Yeah, no one has
They
said
never
a
win.
single
Not
thing
on-
about anything to do with Detroit
What?
and football.
What?
Everyone here is talking about how much money they're making.
What?
Yeah, it's all they talk about around here is how much money they're making. And then there are people here who say, Uncle Bruce, you offer these classes. Yeah. People, don't give them any money. You can get all this for free on the internet. That's
Fill your boots.
fill your boots. And we say, I
Fill your
knew
boots.
this in 2021 when I was talking to you guys about options. I was saying it. I was saying, oh, you guys can get this information. And then people say, what does this mean? What does that mean? What does implied volatility mean? What does this mean? What does that mean? And then I'm going, enough.
But you know what the most important question
I'm going
is?
to make classes. Yeah.
What does the golden bagel mean? So today is Friday. Are we doing
See,
classics?
what is this today? What's the bagel of the day today? What kind of bagel should I have
It's
today?
Friday.
It's
Doesn't feel
it's
like
Black Friday. It's Black Friday, shortened date. What kind of bagel should I have today?
I'll char it extra for Black Friday.
Brian is saying, I'm number 176, thumbs up today. Good morning.
you, Brian.
Son doesn't have school today, so I can actually watch live. There you go. Kent, hey, from Rancho Mirage. Hey, Kent. How you doing, Kent? Today's the 29th of November.
And we're about 12 degrees below normal.
We have 32 days to go before we get out of here. We're not counting the fact that there are 32 days left to wait, but we're not counting the days. We're counting the minutes to join you. Brian, I've been a member for 26 months.
That's right, Brian.
Uncle Bruce, you are the best. Thank you for all your wisdom and money-making strategies. It had taken me about 3 years to hone my skills and find out
It does.
what strategy works for me. And there you go.
And that's it.
That's it. Right
What
there.
works for you?
H-
What do you feel comfortable with?
Right.
How can you sleep at night?
Boom.
Yeah.
H. Gregory, number 177, thumbs up. Uncle Bruce, you're coming up to 200 very quickly.
There
Trip
you
Hazard,
go.
liver versus bagel, says Trip.
Maybe liver
Brian,
versus-
Calgary is in the dead of winter today, 15 degrees below, and everything is white. Car
And it's
accidents everywhere.
foggy.
We can't even see 2 blocks out of here. It's
But-
all foggy
But
out
we
there.
have hoarfrost. The trees
Yeah,
are so pretty. They're postcard trees
that's true.
because
It's
the
ugly
fog
out.
is turning to ice and clinging. to
It's
them.
ugly as crap, okay? And I'm not leaving the house.
A
Where am I
bagel
going?
will make you feel better.
A bagel will make me feel better. How about today?
Okay.
The trifecta.
Uh-oh.
A
You're really going out there.
well, it's Black Friday,
It's-
and
okay.
it's a half a day. So
And
ham,
this is why I don't make it before I come in,
see,
because you never know.
you never know with this guy.
So we got ham,
Cheese,
cheese,
egg
egg,
with ketchup
a
on the
schmear.
plate.
Oh, and ketchup. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm worthy.
how about that?
How about that?
Awesome sauce. We're going for it. Ooh, baby. Yeah, it's ugly here today, guys. Yeah, the weather right now in Calgary right now, what do we got? 2 degrees Fahrenheit right now. 2 degrees Fahrenheit outside right now. The high today, 11. Oh, yeah, 11 Fahrenheit. The high tomorrow, 11. Sunday, 13. But guess what? Monday, the high is 38. Tuesday, 45. Wednesday, 44. Thursday, 37. We're going to have a melt fest, a slush fest. It's going to be ugly. Oh, it's just going to be ugly. The sun is so low, but there'll be meltage. In the meantime, in Rancho Mirage, California, 49 to 50 degrees right now. A high today, 70. Tomorrow, 74. Sunday, 76. Monday, 77 for the high. Next week, Friday, 78. And the skies, pure blue and sunny every day for 9 straight days going forward, at least in Rancho Mirage, California. That's where we're headed in about 32 days. There you go. Giddy up. Aurora, it is indeed miserable in Calgary today. It is miserably ugly, foggy. Just, oh, it's bad. And the road's bad. Oh, slick. We've had this little fine sleet falling for 2 days now. It's like a dusting. So if you leave your car outside for a couple of hours, you have to use a brush to just whip off the snow off your windshield. And as you drive, it comes off the hood and flies off your car. But it's all over the streets. And as cars drive on this stuff, at this temperature, it turns to glare ice. The friction of the tire on top of a fresh coating of this stuff that keeps coming down, glare ice. And the plow can't plow it away. There's nothing to plow. So you need to put down a salt or some kind of a chemical. And nowadays it's a biodegradable chemical for the environment, and but it's like good for 6 or 12 hours. I don't know. It's got a limited time frame, and then you have to put another coating on it. The trucks, we don't have enough. We just don't. So only the main streets get done. All the side streets, of which 80% are not done, it's a skating rink. It's ugly. Brian, I need to update you on some GameStop trades from this week. I sold Jan 17, 2025, $37 calls for $5, and I sold an April 2025 $40 covered call for $7.60. This is almost criminal. This is stealing money. That's insane. The stock's at $30.50. This guy's running $7 out of the money, $10 out of the money calls on GameStop for $5 and $7.60. $500 and $760, $1,260 cash in Brian's hands, just like that. There were buy rights, so I bought the shares between 31 and 32. Bought the stock, wrote the calls. Wrote the calls. Richard, new all-time high on Rocket Lab. We are right now on Rocket Lab, 27.64, up $1.97. Yes, sir. Just hit 27.69, all-time high on your Rocket Lab. Bobby, silly plus $3 NVIDIA. Now I got to wait another day on that credit spread. 138.74, up 340 on NVIDIA. We're up 41 on Sofi, 1654. And the Sofi high of the day, 1656. Nice. 9.2 million traded now. Rocket Lab 27.73, up 206. We're at 30.54 on GameStop, down 35 cents. AI up 230 to 38.69. NVIDIA up 359. Tesla up 640. Costco up 510. Coinbase up 475. Matterport 484. SmartRent 185. ME 326 up 12. Google up to 170, down about 70 cents though. Apple is at 235.71, up 78. Microsoft down 370. Broadcom up 180. Intel up 35. Netflix up 950. Meta up 339. Eli Lilly up $7. Amazon up 28. Spiders are up 245. Qs are up 320. Super Micro down 321 today. Uber up 29 cents. Adobe up 113. Cisco up 17. AMD up 214. Unity up 90. Enphase up 34. Spire up 40. We've got, it's at 1656. We've got Moderna down 28. Pfizer up 18 cents. IBM up 149 to 228. HBQ up 24, coming back a bit. Home Depot up 125. Vanex Semiconductors up 528. Goldman Sachs up 365. Boeing up 268. Target up 112. JP Morgan up 54 cents. Walmart up 50. Disney down 40. American Airlines down 8. DraftKings up $1.07 to 44.10. AMC up 3, and Royal Caribbean at 240, 294, up 132 a share. Unbelievable on Royal Caribbean, but it is. And there you have it. There's where we're at on this market right now. What can I say? The candy high continues. I don't know how much longer. Going into cash secured puts is a way to go. 1658 on your SoFi. Nice to see it here. You can write 17s, 18s, 19s, 20s if you want. You can write 15s or 16s if you want. Take premium and lock in some of these dollars and grab some premium, or you could sell the stock and write cash secured puts out to 20 or 22 and take dollars and dollars on top of this. Lock it in, guarantee it, and you're sitting on a mountain of money. Nice position to be in. 1659. I think we're at the high of the day right now. Yes, we are. Multi-year highs now. We're on our way to probably 17. Probably, I hope. That'd be great. Super, super good. I want you all to just make money. If you already wrote cash secured puts last week, they're falling on you, which is what you want. You're making money. You're getting rich even with the stock here. You are cheering the stock on. You wrote 15s and you wrote 17s. You've written 20s already. They're falling and they're going to keep falling. And that's what you want because you're short those contracts, which you're going to buy back and roll to a higher price. Giddy up, everybody. Take dollars off the table. Are they offering you $2, $3, $4, $5 more than the puts you're sitting on? Take the dollars now. Take the dollars now. Some of you have 5, 10, 15, 20,000 shares. You could be changing everything. 20,000 shares of this stock going out the door, 330 grand. And you can add 100, 120,000 cash to that. By writing cash secured puts, you sit on 450,000 cash at 5% interest, 20 plus thousand interest. Thank you. Giddy up here. I like this. Okay. Mandu, hey, I've been a member for 37 months. Hope everything has a safe Black Friday, everybody out there. Computer Whiz, I've got my stink bid in for $22 Sofi cash secured puts. I'm going in there. Or is that a stink offer? Are you selling them? You're trying to write them. Are you putting a stink offer out there and you're hoping someone will take them off your hands? I don't know. We'll see what's going on. Welcome all to the program. Welcome all to the show. Welcome everyone to the game here. What a run! We're up 148 on the Dow. Only 148. It's a third of a point. It's up, but it's not like we're up 5%. We're up a third of a percentage. But we're just creeping higher. Some stocks are outperforming the Dow, of course. S&P up 28 points, 0.5%. NASDAQ 130 points, 0.2%. Oil up 82 cents a barrel, but only 69.54. OPEC has delayed its meeting. They were supposed to have a meeting today at OPEC talking about production numbers. They can't get their act together. There's so much cheating going on. Oil is flooding the market from every direction, and Western countries are using less of it because they're getting smarter. Why just use oil when we can do solar, we can do wind energy? We don't need to use just oil for everything. Why don't we cut back on that and not be dependent on these countries that mean us no good? They're not helping here. How about that? They're taking our oil money and building 120-story tall condo buildings in their capital cities and bragging how smart they are and how stupid we are for burning this stuff. It's incredible. In our face. They are in our face buying arms, missiles, bullets, rifles, machine guns, rocket launchers, and attacking Western interests everywhere around the world. And we're funding it by burning this garbage. It's ridiculous. We don't need to do this. We're smarter. We're so much smarter. And yet we're acting like idiots. It's unbelievable how dumb we are. Welcome to the party, pal. It's where you're allowed to be stupid. What can I say? 1660 was the high on Sofi just a moment ago. We're at 1650 right now. What a wonderful run we're having on a Black Friday day. Oh my goodness, what a day. AI up 201. Rocket Lab at 27.45, up $1.78. The high today, 27.91 on Rocket Lab. NVIDIA 139.19, up 385. Tesla up $6 right at this moment in time. You know, if the Trump team puts together this new policy to drill, baby, drill, they're going to flood the market with more oil. The market will come down in price, but if they put the 25% tariff on oil, then prices will go up. If prices at the pump go up 35 cents, you know what company wins the most? Tesla. Have you put two and two together yet? Have you noticed that Elon Musk spent Thanksgiving in Mar-a-Lago? Why would Musk spend Thanksgiving at Mar-a-Lago instead of with his wife and children? 3 ex-wives and all of his children. Why is he?
Maybe his wife and children were with him.
Maybe they weren't. But the Tesla stock is doing great
Yes.
because of gas is going up 35 cents a gallon because of Trump tariffs. What cars do you think more people will buy? Electric cars.
Which is good for the climate.
Teslas.
So, see, it's a win-win.
See, it's a win-win, you see. Oh, my good. Look at this bagel. Oh, my gosh, look at this. Oh, man. Let me show you
And
this.
you see what you're getting it on?
Okay, we got the toasted bagel. We got the cheese, the egg, the ham. Yeah.
You see what this is?
Oh, yeah, snack set. We got
It's a
this.
snack set.
This is a snack. This is a snack set. Oh, Jen's got snack sets.
Gets to use a snack
Would you like to
set.
buy a 1950s vintage snack set? Jen's selling all of them, aren't you, Auntie Jen?
No, the 1950 ones are awesome because the whole idea, they were garden party plates. So you'd have a garden party and a lady could walk around with one hand, hold her little sandwiches, her cup of punch, and it had an ashtray. All in one. It's delightful.
The absolute perfect gift to register for a wedding.
That's right.
A new bride with her new home in the suburbs.
You're drinking your ashtray. What more can there be?
Cigarette, drink, and finger food or cake
Yeah.
on a snack set.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you, unbelievable.
So yeah, I'm afraid that one's too modern. There's no ashtray.
There's no ashtray on this one. This is
There's no ashtray.
this is sort of the post 50s design.
This is more. This really is a snack set because the cup that goes with this is more like a cup of soup cup. So you would get a smaller cup of soup and like half of a grilled cheese sandwich. See?
There you go.
It was your snack when you got home from school.
Mm.
Except these guys move around on you. I think I have to put cheese in every level to make it stick to itself. I don't know.
You mean the sandwich?
Yeah.
Because it's sliding?
Yeah, it's sliding. So, okay.
It's delicious.
It's delish.
Cheese, egg, ham, bagel, dip it in ketchup, and giddy up.
We're going to have to start a new drinking game, though it is a little early. Well, this will be for all of the people who are watching overseas. That it used to be you'd have to say it. They would decide amongst themselves a word, and every time you said that word, they'd have to drink. Well, this time it's going to be every time you get a sesame seed stuck in the corner of your mouth. There you go. Have a drink. So Fridays, boy.
Pure evil.
People were getting sloshed.
Sloshed.
Can't even say it.
Sloshed.
Sloshed. Oh, my speech therapist teacher was turning in her grave. I can't see.
She hasn't even started
Sloshed.
drinking yet.
Yeah. Oh,
Just
man,
thinking
it's
about drinking.
Those diphthongs, those THs and SHs get me every time.
Oh, man.
Well, everybody, have a great weekend.
Computer was
I hope you get to spend time with your families and have a good week.
bagel from Richard. Margin call. Very title. Bagel. That's a mighty good looking bagel, says Charlie. Mandu, chart, bagel, thumbs. Bobby, you just answered your question, Uncle Bruce. 3 ex-wives. You just answered it. Bobby, I'd be at Donald's house as well. And Jeff, Musk has really turned off the majority of his customer base. If Rivian could get its cheaper models to market quickly, they could really capitalize. Yeah, well, they got a $6 billion lifeline just handed to them the other day, but I don't know, man. It's unbelievable.
Bye.
Thank you, Auntie Jen. Have a great day.
Oh, it's getting prettier. The sun's coming up. You can see them now.
Yeah, I'm going to see 2 blocks now. Oh, my God, it's bad out there. Oh. Thank you for joining me. Black Friday. It's Thanksgiving weekend in America. So glad you could join me today from wherever you are. I remember having soup in a coffee cup at Grandma's house as a kid. Those are good times. Brian, Uncle Bruce, this market can't keep going up. This is madness. Larry, Auntie Jen, too funny. Sesame seed drinking game. Beach Boy. Auntie Jen, 3 days ago, I wrote Archer cash secured puts for $1 just to buy back 48 cents in 3 days. Hope you approve. Well done. Pickcomb. Good morning, Albers. Happy Thanksgiving. Was my sell of a Jan 17 Rocket Lab 3 contract covered calls at 377 Ys. What does the crystal ball say? I have no idea what strike price you have, so I don't know what you're talking about. Pickcomb. $27 strike. Thank you for adding that little info. That helps. Just, 27.60 is where the stock's at. So you just hauled in, 377, selling $27 strikes. Thank you very much. Nothing wrong with that trade. Jan 17. Wow. You get taken out 30.77. Wow. Way to go, Pickcomb. Way to go. Those of you who are selling Rocket Lab shares and writing cash secured puts, you're now looking at Rocket Lab 30s, 32s, 35s. Can you believe it? I mean, can you just fathom that? The stock was 3 something earlier this year. Now you're looking at writing cash secured puts 10 times the low of the year. Wow. You think the stock's had a run? You think maybe we're topping out? Maybe we're getting closer to the top than where we might be going? I don't know. Huh? It's all good when it goes up. It's all great. But it's all paper, not cash. If you're selling the stock and writing cash secured puts, you're in cash. All cash. A premium of cash. 1652 on Sofi, baby. It doesn't get any easier than that. But hey, you gotta believe, and you've got to commit, and you've got to kind of be pragmatic, and you have to sit back and analyze, where was I 3 months ago? Where was I a year ago? Where were we 3 weeks ago? Where are we now? Where could we be a month from now, good or bad? On every scenario you do, and which is the best position to be in, no matter what the market does in the next week, month, or year. Many a time, the answer is being in cash and writing against cash. That is most of the time where you want to be. So there you go. So good. Giddy up. The good news for Rocket Lab. One of the little things that's a good piece of news. The administration is pro launching rockets to space. They are pro satellites in space. So Rocket Lab is has the right atmosphere around it. What the stock will do from here, I don't know, but it's got the right overall atmosphere around it. J-Boy being in cash and running against cash. Yes, I found this to be true. Christina, with cash secured puts, when do we buy them back? 50%? It's when you can roll them for dollars more. It's pretty simple. You write a put for $8, $6, $7, and you can buy it back for $3 and write another one for $6 or $7 or $8, and you can spread $3 or $4 in your pocket. There's the answer right there. There's your answer. And how many times can you do it? How many more can you write? Can you write 10, 20, 30, 40? If you can write 30 contracts and get $4 a contract more on a rollover, that is $12,000 more in your hands. I'd rather it were in your account than not. Absolutely. Same. You're still an option writer. When you write cash secured puts, you're just doing exactly what call writers are doing. Credit spread writers are doing. You're doing the same thing. You're measuring the returns, calculating your next move, and going after more money. You're just going after more money. That's the bottom line. 1651 on Sofi, 27.95 or so on Rocket Lab. We're pushing $28 on Rocket Lab. GameStop down 78 cents. AI up 144. Nvidia up 339. Giddy up. Rocket Lab's heading to 28, Bruce. My March 25s, I got 539 for. They're now at 490. Cool. Gotta let them keep going. Let them keep dropping. Mandu wrote 8 Rocket Lab 30 cash secured puts expiring Jan 26 for 1125. Wow, that is massive money. Beautiful trade. Zed, we need a class on specifically how to write put spreads. Really? I think there's something out there. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm. I was finishing out the last of it. Oh boy. Oh man. Mm. That's a beautiful thing. Mm. 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 Imagine called SoFi day range 617 to 1617 to 1659. Brian, I sold 5 RIOT December 27 $11 cash secured puts for 125 2 days ago. I put in a stinker to buy it back for over 50% off in 2 days. Sounds tasty, Uncle B. Brian, GameStop will be a battle for 30 today. Well, you know, it's Black Friday. Okay, so shortened day. What can I tell you? It is what it is. Don't underestimate or overestimate anything. This market is a volatile day. It's option expiry day today. There's a reason the market is open on Black Friday. Option expiry day. Trillions of dollars going through the system here. So you're going to see some. You're going to see some movement. No question about it. Love to see a video on Bill or other ideas, holding cash, etc. I'm working on it. We're working on things. Giddy up, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. We're up 170 on the Dow now. Still only 0.38%. S&P up 27. NASDAQ up 116.6 of a percentage point. Oil up 80 cents to 69.52. Okay. Deep Value, can you make a new badge member for a 3-year member? I'm going to need to do something. I got to talk to. I have to talk to Emily. I think I got to get to my editor. Maybe she can help me out because I think she helped me out with the other logos. We're going to have to come up with something for the 3-year thing. Just let me kind of work on that. See what we can do. SoFi at 1648 up 35. Rocket Lab up 189 to 2756. GameStop down 85 to 3004. AI up 146, 3785. NVIDIA 138.75 up 341. Tesla up 793. Costco up 533. Coinbase down 244. Matterport down 7. SmartRent down 13. ME up 18 cents to 332. Google down 120. Apple up 47. Microsoft down 136. And Broadcom is up 218. Intel is up 31 cents today. Netflix up 11.50 right now. Meta up 260. Lilly up 6.50. Amazon up a penny at the moment. Super Microcomputer down 2.50 a share at 32.50. Got down to 31.11. Now 32.50. Scary stock. Uber 72.20 up 58 cents. Adobe up 154, Cisco up 14, AMD up 151. Unity now is up 51 cents, 23.98. Enphase up 154 to 73.90, past that 60 level now to the 74 level. Interesting there. Spire Global up 37 cents to 16.54. ATIP down 2, Moderna down 6, Pfizer up 25, IBM up 79, HBQ up 22 cents, Home Depot up 240. Vanik Semiconductors is up 520 right now. Goldman up 414, pardon me. Boeing up 321. Target up 113. JP Morgan up 97 cents. Walmart up 3. Disney down 50. American Airlines down 8. And we got DraftKings up $1.08. AMC up just 2 cents. And Royal Caribbean up 54 centinos right there. There's one I see here on the markets. Let's take a look at some more commentary coming in here. And Brian, Uncle Bruce, my 2 cover calls I told you about on GameStop, we're already up 20% on those. Bobby, 3 years equals yachts. You should be able to sail away by then, says Bobby. Brian, sorry, I also wrote a GameStop cover call, June 25, $50 contract, $7.25. Sell my shares at $57.21. Take me out. I'm available. This is my in my TFSA. Please buy me out at $57.25 a share. That would be great, says Brent. Way to go, pal. Making money all over the place. I love it. Taking these premiums, they're handing them to you. I can't make it any easier than that. It's just available, but it kind of helps if you know what you're doing, and if you're gonna look into it and you check out my classes, those lessons are there. Anytime you're ready to grab those and watch them, this weekend is a great time to catch up on a bunch of these. Black Friday sale, they're on sale, $120 a class. Just buy 5 of them. 5 for the price of 4, $120 a class. Grab them now and go from there. Class number 18 is available. It's on the website. $150 if you just want to buy that one all by itself. It's waiting for you. Maximize your writing profits, option writing profits. We covered a bunch of stuff in that class. There were some good questions in that class too. Anyway, check it out. Let me know. Thank you all. And again, boy, thank you all for being part of this channel. Cannot tell you enough times how much we appreciate it. We have thumbs ups now. 196. Look at that. 196. Giddy up, kids. Thank you for coming through here with 196 thumbs ups. It's much, much appreciated. Glad that you could make it and join us. And we're so proud of you that you're here with us. Thank you again, all of you, for your support of this old-time YouTuber trying to get by, baby, trying to make it work. Giddy up, everybody. Thank you again, and keep the faith and keep your eye on the markets. We close at 1 o'clock Eastern today, so closing earlier today. Thank you, those of you who've joined as new members this morning, Rice Checks and DNA Experience. Thank you also to others of you who've rolled in or have upgraded or rejoined. Mark C., Weber Day, Touchgrass, Colton Cooper. This is just the last couple of days. Just Some Fun, David B., John T., Tuan Tran, David Chen. Thank you. Brian Novak, Jim Shalupski, if I got that right. JC, how you doing, pal? JJ's here. Rejoining again. Gold Bagel, baby. Matthew is here. Trip Hazard. Nico. Ivan, of course, Splayer as always. WMJ, Family Adventure. Steve, Manager. MK, Depeche. Luca, Average Aquaman. L. Wash. Joris, Brenda, Pappy J, Time in the Market. Alberto, of course, RJ, Kaufdam, Drake, Mandu, all of you guys, thank you so very much, and many, 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 many more that I can't possibly name. Thank you all for coming through here and being members of this channel, hanging out with this Bagel Familia every day, Monday to Friday. Thanks for watching my video yesterday that I put up there. Sell it all, just go with cash. That's the name of yesterday's video. A number of you watched it. Thank you for that. Thank you for the thumbs ups on that video as well. As I say, guys, can't thank you enough for helping out, being part of this familia. Great that you're all with us, and it's humbling to say the least. From around the world, people are following us here. Man, is it ever great that you've joined us. We are now at 203 thumbs ups. Look at that, 203. And we have 237 people answering the question of the day. As a stock option writer, I have made more or less than 27% this year in my account. That equals or passes the S&P. So far, 62% of you saying, yep. Writing options, I am way over the 27 number. I bet you some of you are double, triple that number. 27% return versus the S&P 500. Only 39% say no. So there you go, 61 to 39 on 238 votes. Thank you, everybody, for participating in that today. We'll come up with another question on Monday. At least I'll try to. Thank you again for the thumbs ups. 203 last I saw. They're still trickling through here. Rerunners, hit that thumbs up button for me. 205 now have come through. Thank you, each and every one of you, for supporting this YouTuber and helping out with the poll question and with the thumbs ups. You guys are great. Thank you. Brian is saying, you know what? I bought 100 shares of this ACHR last week for $601. I just sold them for $950. Uncle Bruce, I can't stop making money. Help me, please. Christina, I've been a member of this man's channel for 31 months. I remember when I'd get ready for a class, I'd prep and look up things to ask you, and then I'd sit and study after the practice problems on what to do and when to do it. Now I just know. Priceless. You have changed my life, Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen. Thank you, Christina. You've changed ours. Thank you, all of you, for being part of this family. Without you guys, there would be no reason to be on the air. Just there's no reason to be here. So able to help any way we can, let you know the best ways to go and what to avoid and what to think about. Get you opening your mind to all the possibilities. Brian, thank you, my friend. Neat. Make money, kids. Get richer, please. Thanks again to all of you today for joining us and renewing your memberships, becoming new members. Dak, thank you for that donation today. Very appreciate it. Those of you grabbing classes, I will get you your links after I'm off the air. And again, if you want a one-on-one with me, get a hold of me using the email. Just send me a private email. Let me know you want to do that. We'll try to figure out when we can do it. And those of you grabbing the classes, way to go, you guys. You're making a difference, a big one in your lives. And we, Jen and I, are excited for you. We love hearing how you guys are doing writing these options. We love it. Thank you again. Larry, thank you. Have a great weekend. Charlie, thanks for your time as always. Uncle Bruce, have a great day, everybody. Charlie C2. Neat. I'm going to get, I got a one-on-one here to do here this morning, so I've got to keep working. And we'll see you guys here on Monday, okay? And let's see what the week brings us. By Monday morning, it's December. So goodbye, November. Hello, December on Monday already. And let's see how this month comes out with all the tax loss possibilities and who knows what. And I don't know. We'll keep an eye on our favorites. I know you are too. And you keep me posted if you need any issues, need any help, let me know. Otherwise, we'll see you Monday. Thanks again. This is Bruce and Auntie Jen from a crappy weather Calgary right now saying thank you. And we'll see you Monday morning for sure. Have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy it. You deserve a great time and to make lots of money. Touch Grass, thank you, man. Howdy, partner, Mandu5, Charlie C2, all of you. Thank you so much. We'll catch you later, everybody. Bye for now.